There was one moment that'll always stick out in my mind.
Oh, God.
Here it comes. He's thinking, oh God, she's going to talk about Game 6 of the National League Championship Series back in 2004. We had to win that game. We had to beat the Astros or we won't go to Game 7. We had the best seats in town, right behind home plate. It was a small little disabled section. Wouldn't you know it, Jim Edmonds comes up, hits a sweet home run. Everyone is screaming and yelling, and suddenly the world goes silent. And I look around and I think to myself, how the heck did I get here? My whole life flashed before my eyes. And I thought, okay, well, I was born halfway around the world in Vietnam, and wait, oh yeah, the country had to fall to communism. My family had to come over here, start with nothing, and, oh wait, the wheelchair seat. Oh yeah, I had to diagnose with MS.
She was born in Vietnam. They left Vietnam about 3 days before the fall of Saigon, and after a series of moves ended up in Washington, D.C. You know, they really didn't have anything. They left the country with a half hour's notice and one suitcase between the 6 of them. Their 4 kids have grown up in America. All are doctors, and all have done pretty well for themselves. So in my view, they're sort of an American dream.
After being diagnosed, I was very scared. I just met this guy about 5 months earlier, and I think what made me realize I can go on and I would be all right was when he didn't hang up the phone. He called me from England, and I remember sitting on the steps of my parents' home where I was for the summer, and he asked me how I was, and I told him, flat out. They diagnosed me with MS. And I'm thinking, you know what? Might as well throw it on the table. But his immediate response of, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say anything?
Or what is MS?
And that he was still on the phone. I knew then it's gonna be okay. I didn't get scary enough to scare away someone that I just met and who I really, really liked.
It would be a lie to say that it's all been easy, and we've had our bumps along the road. I mean, T started walking with a cane, walked with a walker, I mean, did a residency sort of half walking, half riding a scooter. So, I mean, there have been challenges.
It's one thing to have a full-time job, to be a physician, which is more than just a 40-hour week in of itself. So to me, it's incredibly courageous that instead of hiding behind MS and saying, you know, it's all I can do, she becomes active in so many other things. She's the chair of our governing board. She's our medical staff president. She sits on a lot of different committees. All of that takes a lot of extra time. So for her to have the courage to say, you know, I'm not only going to do a full-time job, but I'm also going to give of my time for all these other things that she feels so passionate about.
She could have not gone to med school. She could have not trained to become board certified. She could have, you know, stayed in her shell, but she didn't. And today she's just like every other person, she's just in a wheelchair.
The one thing that sticks out in my mind is Dr. Huskey was always available to me. It was never about Dr. Huskey, never. And it could have been, trust me, it could have been. But it was always about me. I was the patient. It all revolved around me. She saved my life, literally.
She'll sit there and talk to you forever, as long as you want to talk to her. If you had a question about anything, she's with you. You know, if you want to sit there and struggle and be sad, or get out here and get it done, that's pretty much what she taught me, is to just keep fighting, keep working, and don't give up.
In addition to the education that she does with our inpatients here, she also does a lot of community education on her own time. She'll visit churches and local groups.
To see how she really changes people, and to see that they really believe once they see her and talk to her, well, look at her, she's in a wheelchair. Maybe I can get better too. It's hard to put into words even.
In her mind, it's not extraordinary because it's just day after day. It's the same thing over and over. But I mean, I think you talk to her friends and colleagues and patients, and I think you realize that it's something special.
I always ask her, Dr. Huskey, how do you have the best patient satisfaction? And she says, because I'm always at their eye level. Because it's not hard for them to look at me and see that, you know, I've pushed hard in my life and they can too.
Even on our honeymoon, We went, chartered a boat. We're going snorkeling. I'm in my manual wheelchair. Tim pulls up to the boat, and Virgil, the captain, said, "Oh, a wheelchair." And Tim, of course, is already ready. Yes, yeah, wheelchair. And before Virgil could say, "No, I can't do this," I'm already on the boat. And the best part was, we changed the captain's mind. The goal is to be inspired, not to be inspiring. Find that inspiration because it will make you do amazing things.